Have you ever considered making an investment in a small wind turbine? Would you like to find out how much electricity you can get thanks to such an investment? Depending on location, wind conditions may vary to a large degree. They may be highly favourable or extremely unfavourable, and in the latter option, the investment will never be cost effective. In the next few minutes, this video will show you step by step how to install a wind measurement set that consists of an aluminium telescopic mast, professional data logger and an anemometer with a wind vane. Wind2measure.com offers aluminium masts of 10, 15 and 20 meters height. Every set includes all elements required for the installation in a chosen location. Apart from all the elements already included in this set, for the correct installation of the wind measuring system, you will need the following tools: 1 spade, 1 ladder, 1 spirit level, 1 tape measure, suggested length 5 or 10 meters, several spanners with sizes 7, 10, 13 and 17 millimeters, 1 Phillips and 1 flathead screwdriver. After assembling all the tools, choose the most suitable place for the installation. It should be at least 12 meters in diameter and should be placed in a possibly horizontal and open surface. Try to find the farthest place from the nearest buildings and high flora. If it is possible, choose the highest spot in the area. Prepare some large stones or sandbags. They will be used as a lower load of the tower base, and 3 ground anchors used to fix the guide lines. 4 holes in the ground have to be dug up before the actual installation of the mast. The tower base is placed in the first one and 3 others are used to install the ground anchors. The exact placing of the holes for the tower base and the ground anchors is shown in the following diagram. Once you finish digging up the holes, start assembling the first elements of the mast. First, the tower base, which consists of a tubular element, 2 channel bars, then 3 ground anchors. Each one is put together from an aluminium rod and 2 channel bars. Next, put the tower base into the hole placed in the middle, so that it sticks above the ground by exactly 50 centimeters. In the next step, precisely level the tower base and place the sandbags or large stones in the hole. While filling up the hole, check the vertical of the tower base from every side. In the same way, place 3 ground anchors in the ground. Note that 1/3 should be over the level of the ground and that the bent eye bolts should be placed backwards to the mast. The mast is packed in such a way as to take as little space as possible. That is why before the installation, unscrew the tubular elements and put the guy wires with fixings on them. Every fixing matches an aluminium pipe with appropriate diameter. Next, screw the hose clamps in such a way to make the erecting easier. In order to do that, loosen the hose clamps and pull out each segment of the mast so that you can grip it while erecting the mast. The mast can be installed in 2 ways. It can be entirely pulled out in a vertical position, or a few first segments can be pulled out on the ground before inserting the mast into the tower base. While erecting the mast, remember to pull out each segment only to the marked black line. After fixing the guy wires, put the mast near the tower base and then spread the guy wires towards the right ground anchors. Prepare wind speed and direction sensors to be mounted on the mast according to the attached installation manual. Plan on what height they should be placed and install them. The sensor's cable can be fixed to the mast using plastic cable ties. Near the triangle guy wires fixings you can leave more space, a so-called bridge. Remember about the right length of the sensor's cables. After installing the sensors, prepare yourself to insert the mast in the tower base. Loosen the hose clamp in the tower base, raise the mast from the ground and insert the mast into the tower base so that one end is 50 centimeters under the ground. In the next step, begin pulling out the mast segments, starting with the one with the smallest diameter. Remember to block each segment with a hose clamp after it's pulled out. While pulling out the mast, install guy wires on the ground anchors, leaving about 1 meter of slack and slacken them when pulling each segment of the mast. At the end of the installation, every guy wire must be blocked with 3 rope clips. Once the mast is fully installed, you need to stretch all the guy wires and tighten up all the wire rope clips. The final regulation of particular guy wires is done with bottle screws. The last step after assembling the mast is to connect the wind sensors to the data logger. Place the data logger on the mast and insert the sensor's cable through the plastic nut. Next, according to the installation manual attached to the data logger, mount the wires with the logger's connector. Insert the batteries and tightly screw the cover. From now on, the data is being recorded in the internal memory of the data logger. It can be downloaded with an attached USB stick. The process of downloading data doesn't take more than 1 minute. Data analysis is made through dedicated software which has been developed by windtomeasure.com and comes with every data logger. After uploading, the data can be analysed on accurate graphs, histogram and wind rows. Additionally, it's also possible to calculate the electricity generated by chosen wind turbines. More information about the equipment used for wind and other environmental measurements is available on our website, windtomeasure.com.